Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd pop on today and share everything that I've made in the month of May. I realise it's been a really long time since I sat down and actually filmed one of these videos, but I really like actually going through and seeing what I've made and evaluate why I've actually sewn them, because I've realised I'm in my part of my sewing journey now where I actually end up sewing less clothes, but I feel like quality really matters to me and I try to sew things I personally am definitely going to wear rather than just making lots of different things and not really getting any use out of them. So the first thing that I want to share is something that I literally made a couple days ago, and it's this dress right here. I absolutely love it. So it's a camisole style dress. It's got that V neckline. It also actually has side bust darts, and then it goes all the way down like past my knees to like a midi length. This is what it looks like on me and I absolutely love this style. I basically wanted to sew a really nice easy wearing dress that is super simple to throw on, but it still makes me feel put together. I like the idea of the camisole dresses, so when I drafted this pattern, I wanted to make sure it's not so oversized that it feels like you're wearing a tent dress, but it has like the nice side darts at the bust just to give a bit more of a shape, and then it flares out at the waist and the hips to give a really lovely silhouette. So the fabric I actually used for this was in my stash. That's another thing I've been trying to do, is use fabric I already have in my stash because I have so much fabric to use. And it's a really pretty, if I just zoom in, it's actually a viscose linen and it's got a really lovely touch and feel. So it's actually black mainly, and then it's got purple and pink and even red around the leaves and the floral detail. I really love this fabric and it works perfectly in this dress. So that dress is one of the patterns in my new book, So Simple. This hasn't been released yet, it's coming out next week. So it's actually launching on June the 12th, which I think is a Thursday, and it's in this book. So I basically have 15 patterns included inside here. This is the pattern that I sewed. So it comes in a top version and it also comes in the dress version. So here, this model wears it in the dress version, you can see right there, and she actually wears it with a t-shirt. But it is such a versatile pattern and I absolutely loved making this one. I'll leave a link down below on where you can find this book. I do actually really quickly have a giveaway that I'm running with Brother. So if you've pre-ordered the book and you order it before the June the 12th, you can actually win a sewing machine, a brand new Brother sewing machine. I'll leave a link down below on how you can enter that giveaway. So the next thing that I sewed last month is this shirt right here. Oh my god, how adorable is that? So if you watched my spring sewing makes inspiration video, I'll leave a link on screen here. I basically talked how I wanted to sew the Donny Shirt by Friday Pattern Company, and I had this really pretty, this is actually a viscose crepe, I think, this fabric, and I said I wanted to make it into a Donny shirt and also make a matching trouser or shorts with it. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I did sew the shirt up and oh my god, I absolutely love this. It has like a really nice collar detail, but it's like super simple to sew. This is what the shirt looks like on me and I think it actually really suits me. I personally don't actually wear shirts because I feel like they feel a bit too corporate. I feel like I'm going to work when I wear a shirt. So this pattern I felt like was a really great answer to having something a bit more casual, but it's still really fun and easy to sew. I would definitely recommend this pattern. So yeah, I'm glad I used a fabric like the viscose crepe because it gives it a bit more of a relaxed kind of drape on the fabric, so it doesn't feel really stiff or anything like that. I think if you sewed this in a cotton, you would definitely get a different feel. I like things that feel a bit more flowy and fluid, so I'm really glad I used a fabric that basically just has a bit more movement. The way you finish the neckline on this pattern, it looks really great. The construction is really nice, but I found it so hard to get my head around. That she does break it down really great in her instructions, but I actually had to unpick the neckline like 3 times till I got it right, so just bear that in mind. I definitely want to make another shirt in this because I've been wearing this one a lot, but yeah, it's been a really great sew and I just liked pushing myself into sewing something I hadn't actually sewn before. So I've really not sewn that much this month in terms of final garments. I've been working on patterns on the side, behind the scenes, that I want to release in the next couple of months. So I haven't got those ready yet to show apart from one. So one thing that I've been working on, which is so random, is I've been working on making an underwear pattern. So this is one of the first tests that I sewed and you can see it is so adorable. I basically just have such a personal preference of what I like to actually buy in underwear, and when I was looking at the price of them online, I was like, I am not spending 20-30 pounds on one single piece of underwear. So I thought, why not actually draft my own underwear pattern? And I posted it on Instagram, I think last week, of this pattern on my stories, and so many of you have loved it. You were like, please release this as a pattern. So that's gonna be my my next sewing pattern, I think. So I basically made this one in a cotton jersey, and then the edges are finished with this, I think it's called a picot or picot elastic, and that's how you finish the edges. So that's from the right side, and the wrong side looks like that. And it just allows you to stretch the underwear really easily, and it finishes the edges nicely and professionally as well. So that's the right side of the front, and then the back looks like that. And then the inside of the pant actually looks like this. So there's a gusset for this section right here. I'm actually really excited for these because when I put these on the other day, they literally fit like a glove. It's spot on. I can't believe how well I've drafted these. If you're interested in this pattern, definitely let me know down below, or anything you'd love to see included in the pattern as well. So originally I've been thinking I'm just going to release it as an underwear pattern, but someone asked me on my stories if I would consider releasing like a camisole top to go with it. So I drafted one last night. So basically a camisole that you could wear with it and then have like lace at the front neckline. I haven't tried it yet, but I've basically drafted that pattern. I'm going to try it today and see if I like it. I'm still in two minds if I want to release a top with it or if I just want it to be an underwear pattern on its own. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, because I find tops can be so personal preference, whereas with an underwear like this, they're just going to fit everyone so nicely. I already know that. So I'm just wondering if I also want to offer a top with it or just make it simple and just release the underwear on its own. And then last night I actually drafted another pair. So I basically just made a few adjustments to this one, and this one is perfect. So I basically increased the width of the waist slightly right here. I also played around with how this sits on your kind of leg curve, and then it also increased the amount of fabric at the back just to give a bit more coverage at the bum, and this literally fits amazing. Again, I used that picot elastic around the edges. I would say this fabric is actually a bit more heavyweight. This is a cotton jersey. They're both cotton jerseys, but this one has a bit more structure to it, and that also means the gusset is just a tiny bit too thick, I think. I mean, it's fine, but when you put it on, it bunches up slightly, and that's because there's two layers for the gusset. When the fabric has a bit more body to it, it can bunch up. So I definitely recommend using fabric that has a bit more of a lightweight feel. So I'm really happy with this underwear pattern now. I'm probably going to go ahead, sew one more sample and then grade it to be the rest of the sizes. I did cut out the top camisole as well, so I'm going to test that today, see what that looks like, if I even like it with this pattern, and then I'll make a decision. Especially if you guys say you want the top as well, I'll probably go ahead and make that as well. But it's just been really fun, like making something completely different. Like when you learn to make your own sewing patterns, sometimes it can feel like bread and butter, like doing the same thing over and over again. So I liked putting my skills and just creating something completely different that I've never made before. I feel like it actually really challenged me. I am working on a woven top pattern that I've not shared that anywhere online yet. Basically has like a tie front detail at the front, and it looks so good on. I still am working on getting that ready until a point that I'm ready to share that. If you're wondering how on earth you get started in making your own sewing patterns, I have a whole course, and I'll leave that link down below to help you get started in your pattern making journey. It's honestly the best thing that I've ever learned. And that is everything that I sewed in the month of May. As you can see, it really wasn't much, but again, I've been working and sewing things in the background on patterns that I'm working on, so I'm not really ready to show you those yet. But one thing I did want to share is this dress, and I didn't make this in May, probably made this months ago, but it's something I've gotten so much wear out of. So it's basically a sheared dress. It looks like that. It's got tie shoulder straps. The bodice is entirely sheared, and then it goes all the way down to like a midi length, and it has a gathered ruffle at the bottom as well. This is what it looks like on me, and I absolutely love this dress. I have worn this, I don't know, at least 10 times this month. It is such a great pattern, and I love how it fits me. The one thing I don't like about this dress is actually the fabric that I use. It fits really well, it looks really cute, but for some reason, this has been in the wash like, I don't know, maybe 5 times, and each time the fabric runs, like the red colouring goes on all the clothes I put it in the wash in. I don't know how to stop it doing that. We've put like fabric, those sheets in there, and it does take some of the colour out, but it's still running through, so I don't really get why that keeps happening. But it is just such a fun dress, and I just love like the shearing detail. It fits me really well, and I've just been, I don't know why, I've been gravitating to it so much this summer already. If you want to know where that dress pattern is, again, that's in my new book, So Simple. If I open it up, so it's actually this pattern right here. It's the sheared dress. and it comes in 14 different sizes. It shows you exactly how to sew it. And if I just go through and show you, you can actually see that each step is illustrated and it shows you exactly how to go ahead and sew this dress. I absolutely know you guys are gonna love this book and I can't wait for it to be released. It's literally it's about, what day is it today? Wednesday. So just over a week and this will be ready and live, and I just can't wait. So I'll leave a link down below on where you can find this. And again, if you want to enter the giveaway to win a sewing machine, I'll leave that link down below as well. I hope you enjoyed my roundup of everything that I sewed last month. It has been such a crazy journey this year. I feel like I've been doing so much, but it's nice to take projects and actually spend time with trying new things. Honestly, that underwear pattern has been such a fun pattern to work on. So definitely let me know in the comments if you're excited to try that one and anything you'd love to see inside it. I actually have so much fabric behind this camera. So I have this one that I bought to test the underwear pattern in as well. It's a really cute jersey. I didn't actually realize that I'll probably want fabric that's a bit more lightweight. These ones might be too heavyweight, but I have some more here. I bought this one, which is another knit fabric. Again, it might be too heavyweight. I'll have to play around with it and see, but it's just been such a fun pattern to work on, and I just love to actually just try something completely different. Sometimes when you are sewing patterns, it does get kind of samey, but pushing your skills and making something completely different is such a fun way to vitalize your love for actually making patterns. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you've made last month, any patterns that you really recommend. I am always open to playing around with different patterns. I still have things I want to sew from that spring patterns video that I made. Like I want to sew the tie front top, the cove dress. I remember talking about that one. So I have so many things I want to sew and barely enough time to get everything done. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.